Hello, gonna muck around a little bit, I suppose, with this video. Gonna deal with an important number, one that's very controversial and spooky, let's say. But Salt Lake City, let's say, it's where we're beginning with the beehive, like the state symbol. But Mormons, of course, being very important in Utah, and this is the Salt Lake Temple in in Utah, pretty much the headquarters of the Mormons. All of the door handles have the beehive on it. The temple itself, the all-seeing eye, the shaking, clasp hands, shaking hands as we see here, even the sun ray around the outside. But the Salt Lake Temple is 220 feet or 666 hands. 666. It's a number that's attached to spookiness, but well, this is a misinterpretation, and we'll get to that in a moment. But another important building, so if you look up Frank Albo, he's done some work on this. I've got some other videos as well myself where I've looked at some other aspects of it. For instance, at 259 feet or 770 hands, 777, that's 666 hands on the Cremona scale. You need to properly understand these and other buildings. You need to have an understanding of older systems of measurement. For instance, the Sphinx is on there. There's no, the Manitoba Legislative Building is very much an esoteric Masonic building. It's strange that but there are some Canadian Mason sites that will actually try and dispute that, which is very strange. But just to be, Canberra, but they've chosen the radio frequency there to be 666. The whole building itself is entirely, it's of the same pattern. Earlier video I went through all the details of Aldar HQ in Abu Dhabi. Well, 666,000 feet, square feet of floor space plus all the other numbers. It's not just a one-off. All these things have multiple levels going through them. To deal with sacred geometry is also a very nice building, because to build a circular building like that, they had to, how much of a building had to be buried without losing the circular shape? Well, it's 6/5, the pentagram, and as where the framework is hexagonal. Washington Monument, well, it's 55 feet at the base or 555 feet high. But they've changed the system of defining measures, so this has now been lost. So newer sites will have lost this, but that's the original architectural design. The New World Trade Center building, 76 feet. Well, they're saying because it's 1776 American independence. No, they're putting. They'll often use things like that to distract the people, but it's another alluding to 666. And 30 Mary Ack Street by Norman Foster, another one of these architects. So he basically designed Astana, which is the equivalent of Washington or of Canberra or of Brasilia. Well, 666 once more. It's usually, this is all like spooky devil stuff. It's actually nonsense, and it's a shame, because people for instance, the Bible, when they refer to 666 in the New Testament, this calls for wisdom. Let him who has understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Human number. Its number is 666. Humans are the beast. The beast has not got to do with the devil. Man is the beast. It is a human number. But no one ever talks about the fact that it's also mentioned in the Old Testament, for instance, in Kings. Now, it's the year after Sheba left, the wisdom of Solomon, the wealth of Solomon. Now, the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 666 talents of gold. So, to all this, people who read it, the number of the beast, and they don't read the previous or the earlier part of that quote. Mathematicians, astronomers know the importance of 666, and one of these key things that's referred to throughout the esoteric world, or even like Masons, architects, you have to know Pythagorean theorem. One of the earlier, most profound proofs in regards to that is related to 666. So again, there's a lot with so much of these things that's built on rumours and gossip, which aren't really based on a larger knowledge and appreciation of it. It's to suggest that that these things are spooky and evil. Now, I'm not saying that there is not evil elements amongst certain groups and what people do, but the number itself and the systems of measurement are not, or geometry is not an evil thing. And you have to look at the bigger picture. For instance, you can't just look at Revelations without ignoring the Old Testament as well, and how often it will appear in other societies, other texts. And it's, well, anyway, it's a thing. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.